What is up, guys? You got Not the Worst here, bringing you the Drieghan patch update preview part number, the third one. And today we're going to be talking about the new world boss, which you can see in this clip here, Garmoth the Red Dragon. It was previously translated to be Kamos, but it is Garmoth, G-A-R-M-O-T-H, and that's what he looks like. So let's take a look at the boss, what he drops, why he's important, who cares about him. Obviously you can see what he looks like flipping around here. This is the best video I could find that had like him actually in it, since obviously the patch is still 2 weeks away. So let's first take a look at why he matters. So we talked about it a little bit in some of the previous parts, or at least touched base on it, the new world boss. Obviously the times that are estimated here were just based off of information from the Korean patch after they got the update. We have no idea what it'll be like for NA or EU as far as spawn time, so I wouldn't take that to heart. I would imagine, much like when Offentet first came out, it might start out as like a once weekly thing and then maybe expands more over time. It's definitely going to be something that they space out pretty frequently when the patch is first released, just to make it a more exclusive thing. And one of the biggest things most people are going to be looking for here is honestly going to be the scales, Garmoth scales. And what those do is, alongside the new crystals, which we talked about in part 2 of the preview coverage, they make these guys here. So the new crystals that come out, Gervish, Macalad, Herm, I don't know if these are going to be the names in the English version when they come out. We'll have to see in a couple weeks. But at any rate, these are the standard ones that drop from the different grinding areas. You can see this, the red guys from Red Wolf Tower, Kalk Canyon, or Shira Ruins, and then both the blue and the green one drop from Shere Khan's grave. So yeah, if you didn't catch the last part video, you can take a look at that one to kind of get an idea from these. But we talked about the different grinding spots, why they're important, and what the money per hour there is, at least projected from the Koreans. Ours may be a little bit different as far as what we get, but these are what is pretty highly sought after, at least what makes the new areas worth grinding. Anyway, you can take these and then they make better versions of them. So if we just look at the green one, for instance, it by itself is all damage reduction +5, max HP 150, and all evasion +4. If you take one of those bad boys, combine it with a Jin, Wan, or Bond crystal, and then also 3 of those Garmoth scales, it's going to add on, so you're still going to get these 3 effects here as well, but it's going to add on 2 accuracy, +1% to all resistances, and a max HP +30, which is pretty nice. Now obviously that's expensive to put together, but it's a pretty good crystal overall. And then the other ones you see also have combat and skill experience. Oh, actually the red one's combat and skill experience, max weight up a little bit. Not a giant upgrade, but I mean it's relevant. Now the other item that homeboy drops is the Heart of Garmoth, the Red Dragon. Well, let's just read the thing first and I'll tell you what this does. The new item, Heart of Garmoth, can be processed using the processing heating to create a reversed Heart of Garmoth. You'll also need a reversed aura, which is obtained through a quest in Drieghan. A reversed Heart of Garmoth is used to reform Nuver and Kutum offhands and turn them into blazing Nuver and Kutum. Has a 100% success rate and will put additional item effects onto your Nuver or Kutum. These stats are max HP +150, max stamina +100, and special attack evasion +10%. Other loot includes Garmoth scales, which are used to craft the new crystals we just talked about. And, well, I don't want to talk, the last part will be a little bit later. Okay, so let's talk about these Heart of Garmoth. Think of it like the Heart of Vel. It doesn't do the same thing, but as far as like the ability to actually get it, or going out to Vel every Sunday to try and, you know, get your roll at the Heart of Vel. Some kind of the same idea, Heart of Garmoth. Not quite super original as far as the item that you're looking for, but the whole point is to basically make your ultimate version. I don't know that they'll be called Blazing Nuver or Kutum. We'll see if that's the case when it is out, because of course, like I said, these are early translations we're looking at here. But for all intents and purposes, most people are referring to it as the ultimate Nuver or Kutum. Those stat bonuses obviously are really awesome. Like special attack evasion +10% is pretty incredible, and just an extra HP, never a bad thing. Are they like game breaking, or like, oh man, this guy's got a pen Nuver, but this guy's got a ultimate pen Nuver? Like, no, it's not an amazing, incredible difference, but I mean, it's definitely like some for sure sheet gains, like more stamina, more HP, and the special attack evasion is gonna definitely do some interesting things, especially if this ends up, you never know what's gonna happen when it comes to ours, you know what I mean? We can, you know, theorize and kind of read up on other things as far as what we're gonna get based on what the Koreans get, but you gotta remember, you know, it's going to be up to our publisher as far as exactly how the content is introduced and how it's released from there. So we'll have to see from that. But at any rate, introducing a new world boss is definitely going to be fun. A whole new patch is going to be fun for everyone anyhow, but this is going to add a little extra element into, you know, really drawing people out to go and do this and try and get these extra stats. What I'm curious about, and I did try and find info for it, and I could not find any information that said otherwise. I'm curious if, let's say you have a Tet Nuver, if you make it ultimate Tet Nuver and you then enhance it to pen later on, does it maintain that blazing or ultimate stat? I would think so, just from like taking iterations of, like, let's say you have Gruntle gear, you know, and it's plus 15 Gruntle gear, and you're like, oh, let me make it ultimate. So you use the reform stone and now it's ultimate Gruntle gear. You know, obviously you'll upgrade it, then it's still ultimate Gruntle gear. It's not like it downgrades it again. So I would have to imagine so. I just could not find any information that confirmed that yes, it does treat it like any other item. Again, there's not really a reason to think that it wouldn't. Intuitively it should, just like I said, everything else does in the game. So I can't really see a reason for it, but just something to think about in case it doesn't. You know, you may want to hang on to it until you get that pen Nuver, or if you're the like 2 people in the world that have a pen Kudum, because it's Kudum. So there's that. Last thing that homeboy Garmoth is dropping is a new pet. So a new item can drop from Garmoth that will help you to hatch a dragon's egg to obtain a new baby dragon companion. Now, I don't know where these eggs are coming from or what they do. Obviously, the item you need from the world boss is to hatch that egg. So it'll be another thing that's pretty interesting to see. How does that actually interact with getting that pet, especially with the new pet updates? I would imagine these don't drop very frequently, like at all. Like there's no way they drop frequently, because otherwise you could definitely farm this bro up for pretty decent in-game pet, you know, tier building. Obviously you wouldn't be able to have more than one of the same, you know, out at the same time, much like every other pet that's in-game pet. But at any rate, it's still pretty cool to have some other in-game pet options, since we don't really have those now, and it's all pretty pay to win as far as that goes. In general. So whatever, hopefully it looks cool, and hopefully it's not too difficult to get. We'll have to see if the egg thing is probably a quest, but we'll have to wait and see for that. Last thing I wanted to touch on, which wasn't also included, the mass processing. I was thinking about not including this with the boss video and was going to do it separately originally, but when mapping it out, there's not a whole lot to talk about with it, so it like didn't make sense. And also Drieghan's in 2 weeks, so we kind of stuck with every 2 weeks, did a, you know, preview update, and did that for the last 2 episodes, and this being part 3. This is kind of your ballpark coverage for it. From here we just got to wait and see what we get with it 2 weeks from now. So I want to just at least talk about this if you're not familiar with it. I know this has been one of the most popular things that's talked about with the Drieghan update. It's the processing. I don't know if I call it a processing change. It's just that they have what are called magical Manos processing stones that you can get, obtainable by acquiring certain items, and you can see them listed here. Okay, so you need 50 magical shards, 5 mana stone, 15 gem polishers, 30 ocean sapphires for this, 4 emeralds for this, moonlight opal, gold topaz, you get the idea, star diamond, blood ruby. Okay, so those things, hook them up, and now you have a Manos processing stone. What this stone does is allow you to process much faster, so more items than once. So a maximum of 35 materials can be processed at once using the mass processing. They do have durability. Once the durability runs out, you'll switch back to just normal processing from there. So if you have large amounts of stuff you need to process quickly, this is obviously a very efficient way to do that. They can be enhanced up to pen using black stone weapons in a concentrated magical black weapon stone. And to recover the maximum durability of the stone, you will need to use the same item or a memory fragment. Now, as far as enhancing goes with these, I believe these work like accessories, except that they have durability. So they should, don't quote me on this, it should be Pride Duo Tri-Tet pen as opposed to 1 through 15. But I'm not entirely positive on that, so don't quote me for that one. But anyways, these are talked about a whole bunch. The speculation, if you caught the video talking about making silver, and how I was in that video talking about, well, let's just assume you haven't seen it. So I was talking about the black magic crystal price that had decreased ever since Drieghan's release date was announced for November 14th. People were, you know, looking at these items or whatever, and Centaurs was, 1, still getting farmed the same, but 2, people weren't buying the BMCs nearly as much as they were, and it caused about a 1 million dip on most of the crystals. It's slowly recovered since then, and they're starting to come up because you need a whole ton of these magical shards in order to get these Manos processing stones. And then I imagine you just use memory fragments to repair them when you're enhancing. It's pretty unlikely you're going to like go through the trouble of making another one to then actually repair one. That'd be a little bit silly. But yeah, having the BMCs are slowly starting to climb back up. So I am hoping, for money-making sake, that they go all the way back up when Drieghan does release on the 14th, because these are going to be in high demand. So if you're not, if you're looking to hoard money, Centaurs might be the spot for you right now. Don't sell the crystals just yet. It's very likely those are going to go all the way max price, and everything should get back up to 3.6 mil like it used to be in the golden age of Centaurs. So little money-making tip. Don't hold me to that. That's just a little projected insider Black Desert Online trading tip. So not guaranteed to work, no promises that you'll profit, but you probably will. So anyways, that's it. Did just want to slide the processing stones in on there, even though this was the Garmoth boss video. That is going to be it for this video, and that concludes our Drieghan preview series. So we got 2 weeks till launch comes out. I will definitely have some gameplay footage once it comes out. Probably be doing a live stream the day of release or the night of release, depending on work schedule. So if you haven't already, make sure you hop over to the Twitch channel and drop a follow on there so you can see when we go live. This Sunday night is my birthday stream. We're going to do drunk enhancing. That night we're starting it late, about 10 p.m. Eastern. 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern, and then my birthday is actually Monday, so at midnight, you know, it'll be my birthday thing, so we'll all hang out, have some drinks. I have a whole bunch of in-game stuff ready to enhance that I've been working on this whole week, so that the enhancing stream's a whole lot of fun. So again, make sure you follow the Twitch page so you can hang out with us and see when we go live next week. Participate. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do so. The button is located right there, and it probably pops up on the screen, I think, automatically towards the end of the video. And be sure to like this video so other people can check it out. Send your friends over to get kind of an idea of what Garmoth is like, the new world boss. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Everybody, thank you for watching. I will see you next time.